Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Wasp Nest, and I am one of your hosts, Michael Monsoon, and this is my boy Chucky here from
Yes,
SQUADCAST
sir.
TV. First episode of many to come. Well,
Many
we
to
had a
come.
first episode kind of, but that was really like a what you call a pilot. So, we're gonna be doing this every Thursday at noon. Thank you for everybody who's tapped in, joining in. Um, those of y'all who have been following the channels or who have been supporting the channels before and up until now, um, keep on supporting. We appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe to all you new followers and all you new subscribers. Especially for us, my boy SQUADCAST TV. He's almost at 1K subscribers, so make sure y'all
Please.
get him up. He's at a 979, I think. So
See,
let's get my boy to 1K.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to 1K. I got a couple topics. Do you have anything particularly highlighted that you would like to start with?
I have a couple topics, but I'll go ahead and let you start. I think I started last time. I'll go ahead and let
Okay.
you start so we can
All right.
jump the gun.
I believe this happened last week. I'm gonna play a video. There was an incident where there was a group of college kids, or I think high school graduates. Let's get Shep in here. There was a group of welcome to the show, Mr. Shep.
Yeah.
There was a group of high school.
Oh, sorry, hold on. I don't want to cut you off real quick, Chuck,
Go
but
ahead.
just so we make sure we get a nice intro for Shep
Yeah,
up in here. So we got our boy Shep. He just joined in. We're gonna make sure y'all go check his page out at Mr. Shepherd on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, subscribe to his page. He got a lot of good content over there.
Absolutely.
And Chucky was just about to go into
shout out Mr. Shep. All right, so so what happened was there was a group of recently high school graduated kids, man. So this is actually an unfortunate story. So backstory, the dude thought it was a good idea to jump off. They took a cruise. That was like their their little celebration for recently graduated high school. The kid who's 18, really young dude, thought it was a good idea to jump off the boat, and we're gonna see the aftermath of that incident here shortly. All right, just want to be sure y'all can see that.
Yeah.
All right, let's run it from the top and let's hit it.
This kid jumped off.
Y'all can hear it, right? Y'all
Yeah.
hear it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Oh my God. Oh, bye-bye. Oh,
So you see that? Look, right.
that's
You can see the shark.
Oh,
Lord.
Hold on. Run it for the top. You could literally see the shark.
This kid jumped off.
It's a shark in there?
Right there. It's really subtle. But I don't know. Can y'all see my mouse?
Yeah. I see
right here is the shark.
Oh Lord.
That's where the shark is. And look, the buoy, they threw a buoy in the water for him. You're gonna see it in a second. The shark is in between him and the buoy. So he just watch. My bad, I'm interrupting.
No.
Oh my God. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, man. That's it.
You see the buoy? Sad. Yeah, man. So that's the video, man. Sad story, bro. Sad story. It's unfortunate because you go on these trips, man, to have a good time. That was somebody's best friend right there, bro. And you go on a trip with them and you come back without them. Disaster. you know. But I want to point awareness, man, because I'm sure this kid did this to show off, to try to be cool in front of his friends. Like this era we live in, man, to chase, you're willing to do anything to get clicks, willing to do anything to get clout. And just like how we've mentioned on many other occasions, how your chase for clout and fame ended up being your demise. Sad, man.
That's terrible. That's like I've been on a cruise before. That's like I mean, it's not funny. I mean, you know, that that he passes, it's like it's messed up. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, people doing stuff just trying to get like to go the era we live in, people doing stuff just trying to go viral, just trying to get some type of attention from people is ridiculous, and it's costing people their lives. Like we've seen this time and time again over the past years. Like it's these I don't know what the hell is going on with these people, but yes, and that's sad. I mean, that especially that the fact that, I mean, well, I guess they tried to help him because they threw the bully in there. Yeah, so it's like they tried to help him, but at the same time, a lot of people were just sitting there filming. It's like I think, especially like whoever, what company was that? Because it's like whatever, can they be sued for that? Because it's like, shouldn't there have been some type of measures to get him out of the water before? Like, I don't understand how all this time he was in the water and nobody, like, there was no staff or nothing that, like, like lifeguards or whatever the case is. I don't know. Like they just left him. It looks like they said the boat kept going. So, damn.
They even caught off the search, bro. I don't know if you read that. They caught off the search.
That's what I'm like. Was there even a search to begin with? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like,
yeah, right.
He was right there on the side of the boat. Like those boats are big, and it takes a little while for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're moving, but it takes a little while for you to move to where he's just out of sight. Right. Maybe he may have went underwater, and they couldn't see him. But at the same time, like I said, at that immediate moment, all those people crowded around, filming him, doing all this shit. Like, I would think that staff, there would be a lifeguard, somebody on the boat that would have jumped in the water or something. Like it took his friends to throw the buoy. I don't understand that. Like, it took somebody, one of his friends, to throw the buoy. No staff was there. Nobody came. Like, hey, what's going on over here? You guys are, there's somebody jumped off the boat. There's somebody there that I'm assuming there's somebody you can call for that type of situation. Like somebody would fall off the boat.
Chaperone, somebody who is there, an adult figure that's there to really monitor the kids and stuff. I agree.
If a kid or somebody accidentally falls off the boat, then they're just basically saying you're on your own. Like, because it seemed like he had more. I'm just saying, it seemed like he had more than enough time to be saved. So I don't know. That's kind of fucked up.
Sad, right? What do you think, Shep?
Well, if they don't have people in place, if they didn't have it then, they're going to have it now. And I think a part of the reason why is because they never thought somebody would do something foolish like that. Yeah. I mean, how do you prepare for somebody to commit, suicide, basically? Like jump overboard, right?
I know.
Usually when people jump overboard, is really because you're trying to kill you're trying to delete yourself, right? There is no hope of you trying to live. So obviously, right, when he did that, right, he did that because he wasn't trying to get back on the boat. That's the logical thinking. But he was trying to get back on the boat. He was trying to get back on the ship. He just didn't understand, right, what could be waiting for him in that water because he wasn't thinking. Exactly. Like, this generation has lost their mind, man. What's going on? This is the only generation, right, where a person would commit a crime, right, and do it on live, right? Do it on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, right? Get caught and be surprised that they're going to prison. What is going on?
Yeah.
What is going on? That was a suicidal move. There's not going to be anything in place to prevent you from harming yourself. Like at a certain point, it's like, look, if you jump in the fire, you're going to get burnt, brother. How can you stop somebody from harming themselves? Like, come on.
No, that makes total.
I actually agree with you. So I have a friend of mine who he's a Navy, not a Navy SEAL, but he was in the Navy. Like, he served in the Navy. So they on these huge, massive ships all the time. And during his, we actually did a podcast with him where he talked about this. So it's so interesting that you said that. During his time on that boat, they spent a lot of time on this big, huge ship. When usually people do not, you only go off that. There's two reasons when you go overboard, right? According to him, it's on an accident or you're trying to commit suicide. That's the only time you jump overboard. You don't never dive off to go get in the water. So like you said, to your point, such a good point, is like he was not thinking of the consequences when he jumped into that water at all. He was trying to be, show off in front of his friends, and now his body is getting eaten up right now by all these sea creatures. That's insane to think about, bro. Young 18-year-old kid never imagined that, unfortunately he had to perish this way, but now he is fish food, bro. Unfortunately.
No, that makes total sense. Like I said, at the end of the day, we are overlooking the fact that, like you said, like there's people make all these different measures and stuff for safety or whatever, but at the end of the day, you can't stop a nigga from being plain stupid and jumping off. You can't. You would hope that niggas just have that common sense, not to be like, all right, I'm not going to but yeah, at the end of the day, we can be, and like I said, God bless, him and his family, rest in peace. But
facts.
I think that we got because I would hope that like me personally, I try to teach my kids to be a little smarter than that, than to just you said, like not to go. If you jump in the fire, it's not like you can't expect motherfuckers to go and jump in the fire with you to come get you. Exactly. Like if you willingly go and just jump into the fire, yeah.
Do y'all remember? Y'all from Southern California though, right? Both of y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do y'all remember? And this is how you know times has changed and the message has changed. Because do y'all remember the time, right? And this is my generation. Do y'all remember the time when the San Francisco Zoo, when they was messing around with that tiger? They was throwing stuff at that tiger, right? And that tiger got smart and went tiger on them, right? And the whole message was that they should have been messing with that tiger. They didn't feel sorry for them.
Right.
It's sad that tiger had to go tiger on that dude, but they didn't look at him as a victim. They looked at him like, you and your friends were dumb. Now
that was in San Francisco then, because I think I remember it was a dude that he climbed into the tiger enclosure, didn't he? Was it a guy? Because I think I remember about somebody. They said he climbed into it. It may have been a different situation, but I heard about that. Somebody climbed into the enclosure and then he ended up getting fucked up.
Yeah, it was like it was three of them. Okay. I don't know if he climbed into it or not. I forgot, but I know they was agitating that tiger, and the tiger found a way to get out of that mud, and it attacked one of them, right? Mm-hmm. And so two of the friends had to, try to get him off. Right, and the two that tried to get him off, one of them ended up getting attacked by the tiger, and the tiger bit through his head, completely through his brain.
Damn.
And the whole message was like, bro, y'all knew better than to mess with a tiger. Y'all thought the enclosure was gonna be high enough that tiger didn't find a way to get to y'all, and we supposed to feel sorry for y'all?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
But now these days, like, oh wow. This man then jumped into the fire. Somebody should have stopped him from doing that. What the hell's going on with this generation? Like, no.
Yeah. Accountability is everything, man. I just think, man, we look like it was a good point you brought up your kids, man. I think this is a good sign to educate your kids, man, and let them know that this era of clout chasing, it could not even be about clout, but just avoid doing stupid shit, bro, more or less. You know what I mean?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, man, I think RIP to that dude, man. That's still sad. Either way, it's sad that he went out like that, man. Imagine how terrified he was, bro. Like, yeah, you jump off, you having fun, you dive in or whatever, and then you get ready to swim to your safety to the buoy, and a shark is stopping you from getting there. Oh, nigga, my heart would be pounding like, oh, I'm about to die. In my brain, I'm thinking, I'm dead. So that's terrible, man. When I first seen that, I was like, man, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Because I thought, man, look, if you fall off on accident, I get that. You fall off on an accident.
Right.
Shout out to Righteous Monkey. Yeah, if you fall off on accident, I respect that, bro. Like, okay, it was accident, but when you jump in intentionally, like I said, bro, think about this. A Navy, a Navy sailor told me this. There's only two ways you get in that water: by accident, and they do their best efforts to save you, or you jump off intentionally, because jumping in that water is a death trap, bro. It's a death.
I want to ask you a question. Well, both of you guys. Can you think of right now, what's the dumbest thing you ever done?
Oh, that's a long list of shit. I done a lot of dumb shit. The dumbest thing I ever done. The dumbest thing I ever done.
Safety wise?
Yeah, like in what context? I could tell you one thing. That I got lucky though. I got lucky. So I remember the dumbest thing I ever done was actually, oddly enough, in my 20s. Usually you do dumb shit as a teenager, young adult, right? I went to the Grand Canyon, and I thought it was a good idea to get a dope picture. And here I am preaching, don't clout chase, and here I am clout chasing. I thought it was a good idea to get a picture, like standing on the edge of the fucking Grand Canyon like this. So I walk out there, boom, 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 and get the picture. And then, like, when it was time to go back, like I looked down and I froze, like my heart started pounding. I'm like, oh shit, I'm really out here on the edge of the fucking Grand Canyon. What the hell am I doing? and like, dude, I just walked so slow, and like I feel like me being nervous, I was more in danger of falling because I was nervous. Because I like the way out there, I didn't think about it, but took the picture, and then on the way back, like I got shaky, and then I'm walking. And then I finally just hurried up to the edge. But that was very stupid, because imagine if I would have fell down there just to get a picture. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's the only thing I could. Shout out AZ.
What about you, Bread, Mr. Breadwinner? What about you? What's the dumbest thing you could think of?
I don't know, man. I hate to sound like this, man, but I'm very cautious, man.
Respect.
I learn quick. Quick, so it's like I would have to go all the way back in my Rolodex to remember exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's my point, right? That's my point. Like the dumbest thing I can remember I did was probably, driving while under the influence, right? And I was scared to death. I was paranoid the whole time, right? I didn't get caught, but I'm gonna say that's the dumbest thing I can remember doing. But that's my point. It's like we have a limitation in our mind set up, like don't cross that line. That's why kids are not allowed to go places by themselves, because they don't have that ability to make that determination of that limit to not cross. That's why they need parents to be with them to stop them. But when you get to a certain age, you're supposed to have developed that, right? The ability to discern how stupid something is, like the do's and don'ts. And so that's why it's like you cannot put stuff in place to prevent people from wanting to be stupid for no reason, right?
Yeah, especially in this day and age with, like I said, with all this social media clout that everybody's trying to.
I want to say one last thing before we go to the next topic too. I get on my people all the time, and my people do some stupid stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you told me what happened, I was like, as dumb as my black people be sometimes, I know that don't sound like something no black person would do. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel you though, bro. For sure.
Immediately.
For sure.
Immediately.
That was something that could have went without saying, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Nah, but you're right though. That's facts.
Got you. All right, you got anything else, Chuck?
Yeah, I got one more video. Okay, so this video right here. I don't know. Y'all probably heard about it. But pretty much what happened was the YouTube channels Abba and Preach and Fresh and Fit. I'm sure y'all familiar with both of those. Very huge YouTube channels. Oh, both of them over 1 million subscribers. Abba and Preach maybe even be at like 3 or 4 million or something like that. Anyways, they've been having this beef going back and back for years. Myron, and by the way, I'm a fan of Fresh and Fit. So I just want to make that clear. But when something is wrong, you got to point it out no matter what. So pretty much what Byron thought it was a good idea to do. And I know he was trolling, but it's still a bad look. You know what I mean? It's a bad look. There's some lines you just don't cross, but pretty much what he did was he thought it was a good idea to go on stream with somebody named Sneeko and pretend like he was a white supremacist KKK Klan member. He put a white sheet over his head and he's doing Nazi gestures and he's using the N-word with the ER, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to put that on screen and play a little piece of it from Abba and Preach's channel. All right. Okay, perfect. Here, we'll take it 1 second, okay, Junior? All right, hold up. Sorry, y'all. Unprofessional. All right, so yeah, check this out, man.
Importantly, that fresh print is helping everybody get a goddamn safe. What do you mean? What do you mean? You are in the. Okay, yeah, we'll do like 10 sets of cross burnings.
Y'all can hear it, right?
Here's the thing, I'm going to continue to roast them. They're going to sit there and say, okay, let's fucking go. 10 toes down. I will roast you motherfuckers until the end. You fucking homos got nothing else.
Yeah, I think I caught a little. That was a little hardcore. It was a little hardcore even for me.
I'm glad you didn't show up in a white hood. That would have optics, you know?
I was going to do the MAGA hat, but it just wouldn't go as hard as the white hood.
Vic, your phone is a vote of iron now. You got competition.
That's true. Both of you guys. Both of you guys are like being outdone. I thought I went pretty hard in November.
Iron is leading the dissident right now.
Yeah, it's a couple of Albanian and a black guy.
Goes to show how things have changed. Because I remember when Dave Chappelle did the Clayton Bigsby shit back in the day, it was fucking hilarious. But now they do that shit, they're like, oh my God. Just goes to show how pussified we become. Looking at that Donkey Kong photo, I can conclude that he's also a monkey.
All right, so I think that gets my point across, man. So I would love to know y'all thoughts on that, man. Does him using the hard R? Like I said, I'm a fan of Fresh and Fit big time. I love what they do over there, preaching masculinity, bringing masculinity back, you know, teaching men how to get their finances right, get they physical right. However, man, no matter there, like I said, there's certain lines of clout, there's certain lines of troll that you just don't cross, bro. You know, you got a white sheet on your head and you using, you know, and it's like no matter whenever you in like a conflict with somebody, bro, you don't have to go to certain lengths, bro, to prove your point. And to me, them doing that was respectfully, and this is me as a fan, I feel like they was losing the beef, and this is they went to an extreme to kind of clap back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's like I don't understand. Like that dude, I don't know. Like I watched the show. Like I ain't gonna say I'm like a fan of the show, but I watch certain interviews that he has on there. But he's always came off like that a little bit to me. That he's just kind of like what's the word? Like he's real pretentious. Like he kind of like he's old. Like he feels like he's very narcissistic for one. But I do agree. I'm not gonna lie. I do agree with a lot of his points though. He makes some good points on there, some valid points. But I don't know. It's like, you know, sometimes it's like there's just some people that they may know, have the right intentions or know or have the right things to say. They just don't know how to say it or how to put it out. I think he's one of those people. And maybe he just doesn't care. I don't know. He just seems like also he may be one of those people who just doesn't care to how you take it. Like, so Facts. I think, which can be a good and a bad thing, I think, in some cases. And in his case right now, I think, especially doing that, I think is a bad case. And I think he should definitely,
he overdid the troll.
He definitely owes somebody an apology for that.
He overdid the trolling. He overdid the trolling, bro.
Yeah, he turned trolling into just racism.
Yeah, right.
Be real, like,
just blatant racism. Like it ain't even
like, all right, it went from that to like, all right, dude, like,
right.
You can say you're not, but when you do shit like that, it shows what people really subconsciously think in their mind. So it's like, nigga, you're just
and look, and this is coming from somebody who's I'm not just a casual, bro. Like I love Fresh and Fit. I love the message. And you know, and I'm always look, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, whether I like you or not. And I'm gonna also discredit you, whether I like you or not. And that right there was not it, bro. that's not it, man. You know what I'm saying? You took it too far. You know, at the end of the day, you preach certain morals and certain values, and then you go and do something like that, which is like super destructive, bro. And you got a massive platform, and people see that shit. So I don't know, man. I just thought it was very distasteful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got something to say on that, Shep, before we move on?
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, yeah, I'm gonna give them severe discredit for that, especially mine. This is the issue I have. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. Where do I start? The one issue is what I wanted to point out is this: none of those dudes is FBA. None of those dudes is ADO. Did you know that?
Wait, say that one more time.
So you know the term ADOS, American descendants of slaves, right? So
right.
Myron is not one. He's from Sudan. He's Sudanese.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
The fresh guy, he's from Barbados, and then Albert Preach, the dark skinned one, he's from Haiti, and then the other one, he's from like Ethiopia. And so this is the danger of allowing even other groups of so-called black people to speak on issues pertaining to ADO people, because they're not connected to the struggle, right? We're talking about generations of trauma that has been passed on from generations. So they're not even qualified to speak on those things because it doesn't affect them like that. So I thought that was very insensitive, right? Especially considering the reason why Fresh and Fit gained such a fan base was because of Kevin Samuels in the first place, an ADOS man, right? Because he was speaking on things, right? Kevin Samuels, that brothers wanted to get out in the public, right? And so Fresh and Fit used the fan base that Kevin Samuels had. He used the wave that Kevin Samuels had to boost their page. And from their own, they got big enough to where they was independent of Kevin Samuels. Then they start throwing shots at Kevin Samuels, and that's when I start particularly losing respect for them, because they wasn't giving credit where credit was due that Kevin Samuels gave them they start. But I just
want to say this. I never knew that, dude, because from what I see, respectfully, I usually see them praise Kevin Samuels. Do they have segments where they like they kind of talk about him and shit?
They praising him now that he's passed away, but while he was alive, there was basically made it seem like Kevin Samuels had nothing to do with their success. And they were throwing little jabs at Kevin Samuels. And so them and Kevin Samuels were on bad terms. Now that Kevin Samuels gone, now they want to give him his roses now that he's gone. And so that was like why I got turned off Fresh and Fit, because they wasn't giving Kevin Samuels the credit that he needed. Because I would have never known about Fresh and Fit if it wasn't for Kevin Samuels going on that platform, right, and talking about how he went viral with the average best video. And so as a result, Fresh and Fit has a large black male audience, but not just black male, ADOS black male, right? People connected to the struggle, right, who want to support other black men. But when you start talking like that, that's pretty much a spit in the face to black men who have to struggle here every day. Now, it's an even bigger story connected to that. There's a woman that was right above them named Just Pearly Things, right? Where, once again, she was using Kevin Samuels' talking points to win over a lot of black men in their struggle against, I guess, the sisters or something, or just American women in general. And it turns out she's over here doing videos with Nick Fuentes, or however you say his name, the guy that was on the left, right, who's white supremacist. And one of the things she said was that we need Karens, because Karens keep the area safe. Not knowing all the trouble, the heartache, right, and even death that Karens have caused black people, especially black men, right? And her thoughts on reparations and stuff like that. Like, who is she to speak on these things, right? But she is doing a show with a white supremacist, bro, right? Yeah. When she has a large fan base of black men, right? And so Just Pearly has been exposed. Now you got the brothers Fresh and Fit, right, doing a segment with Nick Fuentes and just Pearly Things, right? Like a white supremacist and maybe one who's adjacent to that. Are you kidding me, man? I lost a whole bunch of respect for Fresh and Fit. And what I noticed about this with black people, I notice a lot of times, like once they get successful, the first thing they want to do is start kicking black people while they're on the ground. They want to start pummeling black people. Now, I'll pummel black people, all right, but I'm a pummel white supremacists too. If you look at my channel, I'm going toe to toe with everybody, right? I'm coming at everybody. I'm not running away from white folks, man. I'm gonna call them out for their stuff too. And somebody like Fresh and Fit, they are scared to call out white supremacy, right? For the injustices, right? For the years of just oppressive behaviors they have committed against so-called black people because they don't want to lose their money. They don't want to lose their sponsors, man. They some punks, man. They some cowards. They some suckers. They're gonna speak on the things that's going on with us, and they're not even connected to that struggle, but they want to benefit out the dollars, right, off the views that was coming off the back of an ADOS man. I have no respect for them, man. They have reached a new low, man. They suckers, man. That's all I gotta say.
And then I will say, I will add that a lot of times these red pill creators, because the whole concept of red pill is supposed to be like freedom of speech and like acceptance of the people who are banned or shadowed are that are disdained from society. The whole message is to give those people a platform, like your Donald Trumps, your Nick Fuentes, your people who are that are a bad representation. The whole ideology is to accept those type of people, and that the reason they're banned is because of politics and other unfair explanations. But I think that they always overcorrect. You know what I mean? You don't have to have Nick Fuentes on your platform to show that you're for freedom of speech. You don't have to do KKK skits with a white hood on to show that you for freedom of speech. Like, you don't always have to overcorrect. And I feel like, and like I said, as a fan of the red pill movement, I'm gonna call it out. Just like if they fuck up, they fuck up. But as a fan of the red pill movement, I do feel like there's always an overcorrection of trying to accept certain people back into society, if that makes sense.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
But,
I mean
okay.
that goes back to
Go
I was saying that goes back to what Sep was saying. At the end of the day, these people don't share the same traumas and troubles that we go through. So we got to understand we can't expect them to have the same mindset as far as how they view other people and their interactions in business and the way they do things, because these people are they're working within their own groups. They're dealing with their own people as far as when it comes to the benefits of what they're doing. So like how you said with Kevin Samuels, it's like they'll take as much as they want from them, right? When it's beneficial, but then when they get called out on it, then now they want to clean it up and make it look like it's something else, or make it look like, oh no, it's not a racial thing, just like what he's doing with this. It's like he can say, oh, it's just trolling, I'm just doing this, and at the same time they don't have the same mindset that we have to look at it and be like, dude, this is obviously like, if I were to do this, if this was vice versa, and I were to get on here and I were to troll and I were to I'm not going to name anything in particular, but if I were to do these stereotypical things to try to describe you or to quote unquote troll you, we wouldn't get away with that. We never do. So as far as us as black people, we don't get away with that, trolling other people based off of their race and shit like that, as far as being able to clean it up later and say, oh, well, I did this, or I like the stereotypical shit. I got a black friend, or I went to school with a black guy, and I grew up around black people, to try to make that an excuse. We don't get that luxury of having those type of excuses. Anything that we say negative about other people or other nationalities is taken as racism.
Facts.
I got one last question, brother, for you, Chucky. My question is, like, like you say, you was a big fan of Red Pill, right? And you know, and I believe in a lot of the talking points, right? And I do use a lot of the talking points to correct the system all day, right? But my biggest thing is this though, man. Why aren't there enough black men in the red pill space willing to challenge white supremacy? Right? Why can't like it could be two things true at one time? Like we can say, look, man,
kill your
American
ass.
women.
They will kill your black ass. That's why. let's not.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you answer, Chuck. But at the same time, I try to tell niggas this: they will kill your black ass. Let's just be real about it.
Yeah. I think fair. Shout out to my bro Marcel, man. That's my big bro. Appreciate you for watching. Shout out to you. But to answer your question, that's a damn good question, man. And I think ultimately what it boils down. And look, I'm not making excuses. I want to be clear. Obviously, fear plays a part in it, but I think there's a level of there's fringe people in society that and white supremacy is one of them. And these red pill spaces, particularly black men who have these platforms that are in red pill, it's not 100% about them being scared. It's about them thinking they have to support or not what's the word I'm looking for? Not condemn these white supremacist groups just because they feel like it will go against their whole narrative. You know what I'm saying? But to be fair to in my opinion, yeah, you definitely call out white supremacy and supremacy in any form. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that they've went so far to the right, so far conservative with this shit that therefore they end up supporting directly or indirectly some of these groups that we should all be condemning.
Okay, let me ask y'all both a question. Who would be just three people that you would say in history who were those people who were willing to speak on these issues that you guys are talking about and then go against the grain?
Of course, like Malcolm X.
Dead.
Yeah.
My bad. What was the question again? My son was.
Question is, give me three people throughout history who have been willing to do what you guys are saying, like go against the grain and fight this oppression and speak out on these things. Just give me three people. He said Malcolm X. Oh
yeah, Malcolm X for sure. MLK,
dead.
JFK,
dead. Okay, so I'm just making a quick point here.
Nah,
it's not. It's a lot of these niggas are scared because they know what's gonna happen. Yeah. So we sit here, we talk about this like this is a conspiracy, like, oh yeah, because everybody has their opinions. We don't know certain things. We're not in certain tax brackets to know for sure certain things. But these people who are in these groups and on these high levels, there's a reason why they move the way they move. And I personally think it's fear. Strictly fear. It's because they and it's fear of death. It's fear that it's not just fear that
you're gonna be canceled or some shit.
Yeah, it's not because it's too much independent shit going on nowadays. Too many people are able to they can go, like how people was talking about with the whole Kanye situation. Like you can just go and start your own shit. It's like, yeah, you can do that, but at the same time, what happens when you really try to do that? Like when you really try to go off on your own and really go fully independent and not deal with these motherfuckers at all and in no capacity. Yeah, that's when they start trying to. That's when they can't make money off it. And when I say, I'm speaking very vaguely when I say they. Right. So I think.
Yeah, we all know who they is. Right?
Yeah, I think people know who we're talking about when I say they. But when they aren't making no money off of you, that's when they're gonna come for your head. That's and like I said, that was just three people that you guys named. I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, the list is long.
Or whatever.
The list is long.
You guys said those names, and all those people are dead. And I'm not that we can go dive into those quote unquote conspiracies.
Hey, and it's not even just that they dead. It's not even just that they dead. It's how they die. None of these niggas die from old age. Let's say that. None of them niggas die from old age.
So, and that's just 3 people. So, like I said, when they can't make money off you, I always tell people who always say, "Oh, you guys should just go and do your own thing, start your own, your own, ecosystem and shit like that, like to where it's where you guys are basically running your own civilization."
Mhm.
We can't. Last time I tell people, last time we did that, what did they do?
Yeah.
What do y'all know what they did? Y'all
They
know what
burned it
they
down.
did last time? Exactly. They didn't just burn it down. What they do? They bombed it.
Completely.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
They bombed
that
it.
motherfucker.
That's what I meant to say.
So with last time we tried that, like I said, people who are watching, I'm pretty sure you know. If you don't know, go and just do your research.
Yeah,
but
some
they
research,
bombed it. Last time we tried to do some shit like that, they bombed it. So that's just a broad example of why it is that we can't just I think subconsciously, whether you're consciously doing or afraid of what's going to happen to you. I think a lot of us are just now, especially nowadays, 2023, we just been subconsciously bred over the years not to like this shit ain't gonna work. Like, so I might as well get along, basically. Like,
Right.
I'll just get along so that way I don't have to get X'd out, basically. And that's just pretty much what it is. Niggas are scared. And I mean, I get it. I respectfully, because people got kids, they got families,
Right.
they got all type of shit. So I understand, like, this isn't like how it was years ancient way back when people weren't afraid to lay down their lives for their beliefs and things like that. We're not bred like that. We're not built like that. We have a lot of people who will stand on that, but like I said, going back to the people who we just said who will stand on that, along with the various others.
Hey, you want to hear? You want to hear a crazy saying that I heard recently, and it's so, this shit is so like woke, my nigga. Like, it's so evolutionary. It said back in the day, niggas will die for freedom. Now niggas willing to give up their freedoms just to live. Like, that's so fucking real, nigga. Like back in the day, niggas is like willing to, like you said, put they life on the line to live a certain lifestyle and of integrity and peace and freedom. Now niggas is willing to give up their rights. Niggas is willing to give up their freedoms just to feel a little bit more safe. Just to feel, niggas giving up their gun rights just to feel a little bit more safe. Nigga, you have to take your fucking shoes off just to get on the airplane. You know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know, bro. Let's move on. You got any topics? I'm maxed out, but I'm gonna read this comment real quick. It says a lot of people these days, aka millennials, were raised to be more cowardice. They do not stand up and put their voice out there. Facts. But with that said, bro, as you get your topic ready, with that said, that's so important. Us as fathers, and even if you don't have kids, bro, you know, you might have nieces, nephews, whatever. It's up to us to lead the way and teach our children and the generations that come after us to stand up for what's right and not just accept, not just accept these invasive laws or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, no, that's for sure. Let me see.
Oh, that was from the comment section.
Yeah,
the chat.
Yep. It's actually my big bro right there.
Okay.
Say when you want me to put that up.
Okay. You can go ahead and put it up. Oh, wait.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No.
Leave it.
Leave it? Yeah, you can leave it now. I was just gonna touch on the. I don't know if you guys was keeping up with the Travis Rudolph situation.
No, not too much.
The ex NFL player. He's an ex NFL player. I believe he played for the Giants. He was on trial for a murder, and it's actually on a lighter note. He just now got acquitted. So he basically he wasn't charged. All the charges were dropped. Yesterday. I believe the verdict was yesterday. But
good for him.
Just a little backstory on it. I have here former NFL football player Travis Rudolph stands trial. This was a couple of days ago. Stands trial for allegedly opening fire at a group of people in Palm Beach County, Florida, in April 2021, killing one and injuring another. Rudolph faces 1 count of first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. The former Florida State University and New York Giants wide receiver unsuccessfully tried to claim a stand-your-ground defense in the first-degree murder trial.
What state is he in?
This was in Florida.
Oh, Florida, he's straight. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead, my bad.
The incident happened in Florida. Yeah. It says authorities said the shooting happened when 4 men confronted Rudolph at his Florida home following an alleged fight between the footballer and his girlfriend. 2 of the men were shot. Sebastian John Jaquez was killed, and Tyler Robinson was hospitalized but recovered. And so I just got a quick video here on him speaking when he after the trial.
You gotta get YouTube Premium, my nigga. You gotta get YouTube Premium.
I do, huh? Cut that. Pause that.
Okay. I mean, you could have left it, but yeah, go ahead. Let me know what it's.
Right.
Let me know what it's done.
Okay, you can start.
Acquitted on all counts. That is how the trial ended for former FSU and NFL football player Travis Rudolph.
WPTV's Chris Gilmore reaching out to both sides of the courtroom for a reaction.
A lot of emotion spilling over today at the Palm Beach County Courthouse. The state saying they don't agree with the jury's verdict. The defense team and Rudolph's family saying they couldn't be happier. There were no shortage of tears.
It didn't look like she was crying at all, really.
And hugs today. Shortage of the defense team and Rudolph's family saying they couldn't be happier.
Y'all see tears?
There were no tears, prayers, and hugs today in the Palm Beach County Courthouse.
Your life is in 12 jurors' hands. That's a scary feeling. So definitely was nervous, and we definitely pray a lot. We have unwavering faith. So
Travis Rudolph cleared on the first-degree murder and 3 first-degree attempted murder charges against him. The case stems back to a deadly shooting in April 2021 after an argument with Rudolph's alleged girlfriend. Rudolph's older sister, Tyranny Coleman, says the key evidence in this case was her family's testimony, also applauding the defense attorneys.
I think that Mark did a really, really good job exposing the truth and allowing the jury and the world to see what really happened.
Rudolph says more than anything, he looks forward to his life getting back to normal.
And I finally got my freedom back. I can get back to my life, man.
Thank you, God. Thank you for just making this day happen. And I love you.
Yes, sir. We wanted to reach out to both sides and heard back from the state attorney's office. They spoke.
So I thought that was pretty dope.
Nah, for sure.
A lot of times we end up on the wrong end of the stick when it comes to that. Like I said, he had been on, this trial had been going on for, like I said, this happened in 2021. So it's been going on for a couple of years now. So I know he was probably definitely stressed out and worried about that. Like I said, he played for the Giants. I believe he played also for a Canadian football league. His last year before this situation happened. So shouts out to Travis Rudolph. Hopefully everything goes well for you. I don't know if you're still pursuing the football thing, but hopefully that all works out for you.
Yeah. So this to me is a success story. This is a feel good story. You know what I'm saying? When you look at all the injustices that go on around the world, particularly when it comes to black men and a lot of minority groups in general, when you hear someone who is tried to get charged for murder, when clearly the facts say that he was the victim, they attacked him, they came to his residence. And you defend especially in Florida. What you said, Florida, I mean, I think it's safe to assume that he was going to be, the charge was going to be dismissed. He was going to be not guilty for the charge. But yeah, this is a beautiful thing to hear that, man.
And luckily that was the case, because in Florida, I don't know the exact laws, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Florida is like really strict on that. So if he would have caught the first degree, I think it probably would have resulted in I don't know
death penalty.
I don't know if they have the death penalty, but he definitely would have been either doing life or for sure. So it would have been no getting out for him. So I definitely salute that. That's dope that he was able to get off of that.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So that's a blessing. Shout out to the family. And yep, man. Congrats to you, man. Live your life in peace, brother. You know, well done fighting that case. And by the way, real quick, I would like to touch on stand your ground, man. I think a lot of people don't like it, bro, but I think that a lot of states should implement that, bro. You shouldn't be forced to retreat and put yourself at a disadvantage when you're being attacked or you're a victim of a crime. I think universally, bro, if somebody, to me, that's taking away your line of self-defense when you must retreat before you can directly address a threat. So shout out to Florida for standing by that law for very many years, and hopefully a lot of these other states will get on board with that.
Definitely, yeah, that's dope. Also in good spirits and good news, you know, my favorite, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see back there, my favorite rapper of all time.
What's that?
Tupac Shakur received his Hall of Fame Hollywood Star. Walk of Fame.
Wait, don't tell me he barely got that.
Yeah. Everybody was saying, they were like, it's but I believe it's the 50th anniversary of HipHop or something like that.
Okay.
So I guess they gave it to him.
Nice.
Right.
Congrats to him.
So his sister, I believe she accepted the star for him.
Good shit.
And so that was pretty dope. Like I said, I think a lot of dope things are happening with Tupac. You know, even though it's like I said, it's not like he went anywhere these over these years and these decades, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of
I feel like they took too long
and all that stuff. Yeah, like it's finally it was way past due. So
yeah, long overdue.
I'm definitely glad that he got his star. You know what I mean? Like I said, the greatest rapper of all time.
Right.
Regardless of what anyone says.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think they took way.
I just
too
put
long
that out there because there's been a whole lot of Tupac slander now, and like I'll be watching it on YouTube and shit and these different podcasts and all this shit. It's like it seems like people are purposely trying to pick at and like slander his legacy, and I think that it's dope that certain shit is still popping up all these years later.
I want to add one thing to that, if I can. You know what I don't like when they talk about Tupac though? They make it seem like he was just a fraud or something like that.
Right.
Like he did, as if he did not come from the struggle. Of course, yeah, he wasn't no LA gangbanger, but he still came from poverty. He still came from a broken home. So that's how he connected with his people. And this is no knock on LA, but a lot of the slander comes from a lot of like LA gangbangers. They're like, Tupac was, he was no real gangbanger. He was running with the mob, man. That's why he got laid down. He deserved it. I'm like, he was rolling with Suge, man. He was loyal to Suge Knight. It wasn't the best movie made. I understand that, but that don't take away from the fact that he comes from the struggle, man. He comes from the struggle more than Suge Knight. Suge Knight wasn't no real gangbanger. Suge Knight just had money. He was from Bompton, but that's it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand why do people always say that about Pac.
I think the problem is that people don't understand that some people have multiple, like people don't just have one personality. And this dude was only 25 years old. He was young. He was growing as we were watching him grow. The whole world was watching him grow. So it's like some people have multiple personalities. And I think like I don't like how like Vlad will do certain shit. Like it seems like he picks at the fact that he feels like, I think he was like in an interview, he was interviewing Boosie just recently. And he was like saying, I feel like Tupac, for whatever reason, he keeps bringing up Tupac, which I'm also he keeps bringing up somebody else's, but my last point right after this. But he keeps bringing up Tupac, and he keeps talking about how he feels like Tupac took on the role of Bishop and Juice. Like, for one, he didn't even know Tupac. Two, he keeps on trying to make it seem like he took on the role of Bishop, like, and just portrayed that image his whole life. And it's like, dude, like that was a movie. I think in Vlad's mind, I think he has the image of Bishop every time he sees Tupac. but the people who know him, and that's why I think that Dear Mama documentary was good, because the people who know him will say like, okay, like he had different, like he wasn't just one way all the time.
Yeah.
So, and that's how all of us are. It's like you're not just one way all the time. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you have different personalities. So it's like if somebody sees you that who doesn't know you, and they see you in a different mindset than you normally are, and they just base, oh, that's how this person is. You know, I think it's just kind of like it's demeaning, and it's kind of fucked up that I think. I mean, I feel like that Vlad does that. Like, I feel like he pokes at that for whatever reason, that whatever how it makes him feel good or whatever, to say shit like, oh, Tupac was just trying to be Bishop. He wasn't this. He went to the School of Arts, and all this bullshit like that. Like you said, Shep, it's like just because the nigga was cultured doesn't mean that the nigga wasn't. And like I said in the documentary, they talk about how he made other people's problems his problem. He always was like that. People were saying that he was like that since he was a kid. So the whole situation with like people try to make it seem like it was a gang thing and all this shit like that with the whole Orlando Anderson thing. It's like, if Tupac was like that, if you knew him, and I'm basing this, I didn't know, of course I didn't know him. He died a couple years after I was born, but I'm basing this off of the people who spoke and who knew him. They're saying that he was always like that. He would always take on other people's issues as his own. So it's I just feel like that, yeah, like they just people like him just nitpick at that. And going into why I was talking about the Boosie thing, last topic I wanted to get into was
let me get my take before we move on. Let me get my take.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say this, man. Tupac is another one of those dudes that like when you asked that question earlier, name 3 people who wanted to go against the grain that end up getting murked as a result. You know what I mean? And Tupac is definitely one of those, man. What a hip hop legend. And it's very disheartening to see how long it took, bro. Look, think about the impact. Like, I don't even want to go into the names of people that got stars already, bro. Some people that's like, wait, what have you done to hip hop? What have you done to rap to earn a star?
I'm going to cut you off, but I think did Nipsey Hussle get a star?
I believe he did. I believe so.
Or were they talking about it? I don't know if he actually got the star.
Let's find out. Hold up.
Because if Nipsey got a star, before Tupac, that's wild.
That's wild.
I respect Nipsey, no doubt, but yeah, before Pac, nah.
And that's probably just an LA thing, because he was just from
he's from LA. Exactly.
His contribution to LA, they probably was just like,
oh yeah.
He does have a Hollywood star. Nipsey has a Hollywood star. But yeah, man, the fact that it took this long for Tupac, bro, think about it. Niggas still think he alive. That's the impact that he got on the world. Niggas don't think, I mean, respect to Nip. I'm a big Nipsey fan, but niggas don't think he alive. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it took this long is kind of disheartening. But I before we move on, I want to play this video real brief. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame the legendary Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah.
From the first time he stepped foot.
About time.
That's right.
On this stage of the Apollo Theater at 13 years old, before anyone recognized his name, he knew he had the dream to have a star here on the Walk of Fame. We're not just honoring a star on the ground.
That's dope.
But we're honoring the work and the passion that he's put into making his dreams come true. His heavenly star will shine a little brighter today. And once again, he has made us all extremely proud. We love you, Tupac.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up.
Hey, thanks for watching.
That's
if you like this video, check out these other videos.
Took long enough shit. Took long enough, man. They should have been did that.
So shouts out to Tupac.
Shout out to Tupac. Shout out to Tupac.
And
by the way, I want to clarify one last thing. I'm so sorry, bro. And then you can start your next topic. I just want to clarify. Nipsey definitely deserved that star, bro. But the fact that Tupac didn't get his first is kind of, you know, a little concerning to me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. See, so we got my boy in the chat. He said celebs pay. He said celebs pay to be on the Walk of Fame. 40K. It costs 40K to get a star.
Oh wow, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that might be why. You know, if Nipsey, I don't know if he does, but maybe that might be why he probably got his first. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they pay for it. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh wait, let's read this comment too. It says, "Can we speak on the effects of music on the current culture right now? Like Young Boy leading the generation, and all these other people who have control on the youth and culture." That's actually, look, we're gonna have to touch on that another time. That's a little deep.
That's a good one though. We can touch on that.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna talk about that next week, man. But we got one more topic for y'all. We gotta actually
real quick.
Yeah.
Segueing into that, because I was talking about the Vlad situation. We was talking with Boosie, and he brung up Tupac in the Bishop situation. He also, they were also having a conversation about Tyrese having, I guess, another meltdown and basically going on Instagram and like, because he had a recent child support case or whatever. Yeah. So I guess they ordered him to pay like it's
a bag.
I don't know. It was some crazy number, but and he ended up having a meltdown. Like basically was like protesting. I think the court and the judge and all that shit like that. And like he was on Instagram, had a whole rant or whatever, calling out people. But Vlad was basically saying that he felt like Tyrese was living the life of Baby Boy, basically, of Jody and Baby Boy. So it's like, I don't know, he kind of has a weird opinion on that, but I wanted to if I can share this real quick, I wanted to just play him going off and just he's going off on Vlad and like he makes a couple valid points. So let me grab this. This one should be ready when I
let me know. Let me know when.
Okay.
And by the way, while we waiting on that, man, I just want to say shout out to Wasp's Nest. This is the new weekly segment, man. Make sure y'all tap in, man. This is the new hottest weekly segment on YouTube right now. So make sure y'all stay locked.
Yes, sir. Okay, you can go ahead and start it. Let me know when it's on.
Yep, you good. You good.
Hold on 1 second. That's not the video I had up earlier. It was just the straight live. I think it's this one. Okay, here it goes. Cut it. No, wait, no, you're good. You're good.
Want me to remove it?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
We're gonna go to his live where he goes. Why is it? Cut it real quick for me.
Yeah.
I have the video pulled up. I guess if you wait too long.
Hey, Edward said, "Let me get a spot with the gang, man. I'm gonna need to try my 2 cents in."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, we will allow guests in. We'll allow guests in. I don't know about y'all, but I actually got to get going soon to get my daughter. But we can touch on this last topic. But as far as adding guests in, tap in next week. We will dedicate definitely some time for those that want to come on and give their thoughts. We will definitely do that.
Okay. All right. You can go ahead and start it. I'm gonna just play a quick clip from this is the sources from Comedy Hype. So just a quick clip of.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Is it muted?
No, hold on 1 second. Let me try it again.
Shit.
If it doesn't work, we'll just go ahead and just move on. Can you hear it?
Let me see. No. Do you hear it on your end?
Yeah, it's playing on my end. Well, it's cool. Basically, we'll just cut it. Basically, so he was just basically talking about how Vlad is basically, like everybody says, the culture vulture, and basically he's using trauma because he was basically trying to bait Boosie into like joining in with him on like making fun of Tyrese for having the meltdown that he had. I know you guys remember. What more do you want from me? So, but he was, you know, and Boosie was even saying like that shit hurt me, like that shit hurt my feelings, like that. To like when I seen that video of him, you know, like to see another black man that hurt, that he's on there, you know, crying, you know, and upset like that. So, just a point to, you know, I bring that topic up just to point out, like I said, mental health. Make sure that you, especially us as black men, make sure that you're communicating with somebody. You have somebody around you to get your, you know, your thoughts off, and don't be afraid to speak your mind. And if you have something going on in your life, seek help from somebody who may be able to give you some advice, or somebody who may be going through or have been through the same thing that you're going through, because you don't want to be that mentally down to be recording yourself on live.
Facts.
I definitely don't advise you get on live and cry if you are stressed out, but I do, like I said, like, you know, like I said, I feel what Boosie was saying, like it is fucked up that somebody is that mentally messed up to where they would do this, something like that. So it's like we got to make sure that we check on our peoples and make sure that you keep your mental health sound as well as other people's.
Facts. Yeah, so I agree with the mental health thing, man. Especially, I don't mean to be like super sympathetic for men's issues, but a lot of men struggle with mental health, man. And the problem with men struggling with mental health is a lot of men, either they're when they do go out and seek help, it's kind of automatically like down. It's down. Oh, you're a man up. They don't really address your issues. You know what I'm saying? You expect to have a certain frame as a man. You can't really go out and, you know, and tell people about your problems. And secondly, a lot of people just don't search out mental help. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of go with the flow and try to work with it. But with that said, don't hesitate, man, and don't feel discouraged to go out there and seek mental help, rather that be with a therapist, counselor, whatever, or just your family, man. Don't be afraid to express yourself to your family. And sometimes what happens is you have all this, you know, all this bottled up energy that you never let out, and, you know, seek other people's opinions and help and validation. And then when it all comes out, it comes out at once, and then you get people who do, you know, horrific things as a result. So yeah, to those of you that's watching, man, mental health is important. And to Tyrese, to the point with Tyrese, bro, man, hey, to be honest, hey, look, I feel like him going online to do that video is, you know, I wouldn't advise it. However, $60K a month is a bag, boy.
Hey, I'll
be quiet too,
man. I'll have my whole setup together and sit down here just to cry. Make sure my camera is right and everything.
Right. $60K a month, and I don't care how much money you make, bro. Like a child don't need $60,000 a month. The mama's spending all that money. Let's be honest. But yeah. that's my thoughts.
I wanted to. Was that the first time he had a breakdown on camera like that? I'm just wondering.
No, he had one breakdown on camera. Then he had it was basically like an Instagram rant where he was just like doing. I think the last said he was calling out Martin Luther King III, like to come out and protest with him, like, allegedly. I don't know. I gotta find the post, but
I think what happens is it's a combination, like you said. Like black men, we don't get the help we need because society don't really give a crap about our problems. But then I might have to also hold black men accountable. A lot of times, you know, he got the help. And it's certain times where a black man will reach that breaking point where he'll just end up just doing something like completely crazy. And you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? Like, you know, he'll probably unalive his girlfriend or one of his family members, or he'll have a mental breakdown like Tyrese. And it's hard because we're taught that, you know, you just got to man up, right?
Yeah.
Like, take, for example, how many brothers, when they have a bad breakup with their girlfriend, right, black men, have someone to talk to about that? That's another black man. What are you going to say? You know what I mean? Huh?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Like, if you break up with your girl or she hurts you or something like that, you're not going to have an outlet to really go to in terms of a friend group, because they're going to tell you need to step your game up. You need to go to the club and holler at some more of these hoes or whatever like that. but then they're not going to give you a shoulder to cry on as a black man. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody cares about the issues of black men, so we have to kind of seek out resources, right, on our own to get the help we need. Because I was at a breaking point one time, and I tried to reach out to family members, and a lot of them just couldn't understand where I was coming from to even begin to help me, right? And it all started, like, it got so bad because I was working for a juvenile sex offender facility, right? And that was the first time I was dealing with, I felt like everybody was targeting me for everything. The administration, right? The people I was working with, hell, even the kids were trying to get rid of me, right? And I just started having anxiety, had nobody to talk to. Everybody's message was this, you know, this, it'll be all right, it'll get better soon. It never got better. So finally, I just reached a breaking point where I just went completely ballistic. I realized I need therapy, man. All right?
Yeah. So get therapy, man.
Get
and
therapy.
Make sure you check on your mental health. I know, Chucky, I know you got to go pick up your daughter. So we're going to close this out. Appreciate you, Shep, for tapping in with us. Make sure y'all go to YouTube, follow SQUADCAST TV, Breadwinner TV, Mr. Shepherd on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Breadwinner, at Breadwinner 2.0. That's BREDWINR 2.0. As well as Chucky, I believe it's I am the Chucky, right?
I'm the Chucky with 2 Y's. I'm the Chucky, two Y's at the end.
All right. anything you want to shout out, Shep, before we go?
Yeah, man. Just want to give a shout out to the channel, man. This is a keep doing your thing, man. You know, shout out to Chucky, man. So it's a good thing, man. Trying to keep this up, man.
And we'll see y'all next Thursday, man. Check out the Watch Nest.
Shout out to the Watch Nest. Shout out to the Watch Nest. Let's go.
Every Tuesday noon.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Peace,
sir.